Hello guys, welcome to another Stone Age survival challenge. I'm out in the North Mendips of Somerset with nothing but Stone Age tools that I've made myself. I'm going to be spending the next 24 hours alone to survive the night. No food, no water, no sleep system other than a few deer hides. So that is my first challenge, up there somehow into those woods. Well, that's not going to be dinner because that's a bit too far gone. Right, I'll show you what I've got in my bag today. We've got a replica Otzi axe that I've made out of copper. I'm going to try and not use this though because I want to try and use stone really and not metal, but it is from the Neolithic, so it's still the Stone Age. Otzi replica, little axe. We've got the trusty flint dagger. Again, flint knapped myself, so that's definitely going to be used. We've got a water bottle, wood, pine pitch glue, seal it all nice and tight. So I'm going to need to harvest my own water from a fresh water source today. I've got a couple of deer hides to sleep on and a fur blanket as just a bit of comfort really, just to keep myself warm because it is February. In terms of fire lighting, I've got a spindle and an assortment of different tinder funguses. That's all I've got, a hand drill spindle and some mushroom. Okay, off I go, up into the wilderness. Thinking if I can get up to there, maybe traverse along there or straight up here, but it is gnarly. Absolutely stunning place, but this is where it gets tough. It's so slippy. I've got so much more to go. Let's just keep plodding on. Oh, man. Here goes. Slipped again. Made it. I'm knackered. I've just scaled that hill next to the road. Right, onwards up here, through the woods, down to the other side, and then hopefully we'll get to some flatter ground. Tell you what though, these boys have got the right idea. They know what they're doing in terrain like that. I knew that today was going to be harder than the last one. Right, what I'm looking for in this sort of terrain, where there's lots of moss and lots of hazel that's decaying, is scarlet elf cup mushrooms, because I've got no food and I know that they'll be around in February. So if it wasn't so roadside and if it was off the beaten track a bit more, I'd be sleeping in here tonight, because look, perfect cave, beautiful, goes on and on and on. I've been down there before, but as I say, it's right next to a road, so I don't think it's wise that I sleep in there, but absolutely beautiful and very in keeping with the Stone Age theme, huh? I tell you guys, I've got no food, I've got no water. Scarlet elf cups are going to be a godsend if I can find some. They're not the most macro friendly in terms of their macronutrients, but they are filled with vitamin A, vitamin C and micronutrients that can keep me going. Energy, any energy is good energy at this point. I can't find anywhere to fill up some water and I'm getting thirsty and tired now. Right, I've gone really deep now into the woods and hopefully I can find some more foraging opportunities, hopefully some food, hopefully some water as well, because I'm really thirsty, I'm knackered, and yeah, let's just see what we can find really, hoping for some scarlet elf cups because I know that they're out in winter. So the cliffs are just over there, beyond there, and I've kind of come up through here, round here, and then hopefully down here. I've just stashed the hides away because they're a bit heavy, and I think I found a water source, so we might have a drink finally. Bingo. Perfect. I was toying with the idea of doing this barefoot like last time. I'm pleased I didn't. Right, I think down there is probably a good shout for some scarlet elf cups and some mushrooms because it's very mossy, and then over that side there's a coniferous wood, so that's going to be great for shelter, but I still need to try and get a shelter going, try and find some food, and try and get a fire going. So we are going to have to see Wagwan. Perfect. That'll help. Daldinia concentrica, which is a cramp ball. Our ancestors would have used these for fire lighting purposes. Maybe we can transfer the ember from the hand drill over to the cramp ball. Oh, albeit handy for later. It's the wrong sort of mushroom that I'm looking for right now. I want some food. Okay, just got to keep looking. See, if it was summer or autumn, the banks of these would be littered with golden chanterelles, which again are an edible mushroom, but because it's winter, there's just nothing about. So I'm looking for just that glisten of red amongst the brown of the forest floor. Oh, we've got to find something. Come on. There we go. I found some. I've got food. I've got food. That is what we're after. That is good quality food. It's not much, but it's food. There's one, there's two. Oh. Two little scarlet elf cups. Gorgeous, aren't they? We're eating something tonight at least. Okay, right, there's got to be more. There has to be. Okay, so it's not the most substantial meal, obviously. That's my hand next to it. That's all I've found. But gorgeous mushrooms. These are going to be cooked up and eaten tonight. It's better than nothing. So I'm pretty happy with that. We've got mushrooms and we've got water. There's a few nuts lying around as well, so if I'm really lucky and the squirrels haven't had them all, we might be in luck for some nuts. Right, I've got food in my pack, sorry. Water on my back. And yeah, let's go and find these hides, get them dug out of their stash, and then find this lovely bed of conifers over in the distance, up on that hill line over there. Whoa, I slipped. Way, I really slipped then. I fully stacked it coming down here. I'm pleased I'm not barefoot like last time. Look, I just went flying. Yeah, as I was saying. Whoa! Ah! Oh my god. Okay. The Somerset Hills are not to be fucked with. Absolutely stacked it, mate. As I was saying, these Somerset Hills are not to be fucked with. Just when things are looking up, you absolutely stack it and do that to yourself. Oh, mate. Oh well, right. Onwards and upwards, he says. Oh my god, we found some velvet shanks. They're not funeral bells, which is good. They are velvet shanks, so perfectly edible winter mushroom. Oh, get in! Yes. Okay, the landscape has changed a little bit as I've come through that wood. We are now deep in conifer town. Beautiful pines and Douglas fir everywhere, which is great. Going to be great for shelter building. It's raining though, and yeah, just going to try and find what nature can actually provide me first and foremost. I mean, that looks pretty good. You got a fallen tree, or a couple of fallen trees, loads of foliage that I can kind of make a shelter from, taking advantage of the recent storms. Just got to watch out for widowmakers above me. Whew. Hope for the best. I reckon I'll be alright in there. Right, now to make it as watertight as possible. Okay, now to try and forage some more and build a fire. Hopefully eat something, if not then just keep ourselves warm really. Found one. It's got to be really quiet. So I'm I know who owns this wood, and I have permission to get some dinner, shall we say, but YouTube doesn't really like that kind of thing, so I'm going to have to do most of it off cam, unfortunately. But let me just say it's totally fine. Humane dispatch and all the rest of it. There's another one up there. Got it. Got it. Yes. Okay, right. Mr. Grey is going to be prepped, but again, as I say, off cam, because YouTube doesn't really like that kind of thing. But thank you, mate. Appreciate you. Okay, that's a win. We have dinner. Okay. So that's a good protein source, plus the mushrooms from earlier. Right, let's go and get this prepped and then get a fire on the go. Everything is so wet, which is really annoying, but let's see what we can do with some of the big bits up in the trees. Hasn't stopped raining, so we're just gonna have to see how dry these are. Right, fire pit, firewood. Right, this is not going to be your average hand drill. I've got no hearth board today at all. All we have is a stone knife, a spindle made out of willow, a short spindle as well at that, the cramp ball I got earlier, and some chaga fungus. This is chaga mushroom. Medicinal properties, I've covered it in loads of videos before. I normally use it for tea. Medicinal tea, as it's antimicrobial, antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, fighting tumours and that kind of thing. Anti-cancer properties, essentially. It's really, really good. But I'm going to hopefully go straight into here. So I'm going to use the flint blade, make a little delve in the mushroom itself. It's known as the tinder fungus, the true tinder fungus. So horse's hoof fungus, Fomes fomentarius, is the false tinder fungus. This is the true tinder fungus, and is way better at catching a spark and an ember. So I've just delved a little crevice here. Now hopefully, everything's so wet, look at my knees. Yes, look at that. Monster coal. See, chaga is amazing, and that'll smoulder for hours, all night until it burns itself out. So I've got the cramp ball on this side, the chaga on the other. Hopefully whack that into a tinder bundle. Everything's so wet, man. Oh no, don't lose it. Don't lose it now. Fire failed. I lost it. That's all I had as well. Okay. Bedtime. I think no food, no warmth, just bedtime. Morning. That was awful. I did not sleep well at all. I'm really gutted that I couldn't get a fire going. I even managed to find food and water, and I couldn't get a fucking fire going. I'm so gutted. And yeah, it just, the feeling of failure out in the woods is horrible, but sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and I'm just really sorry that you didn't get to see a wonderful cooked meal and a roaring fire, but maybe next time. Hundreds and hundreds of hand drills I've done successfully, hundreds, and that I'm just really disappointed in myself. I'm sorry. Just fuck. I'm rusty. I've not done it in a while, and the tinder bundle, like, just everything in this woods is just so wet. I think that was the issue, because I managed to get the chaga into an ember and it was perfect and it was all looking good, but when you've just got wet tinder, it's, you know, no matter how hard you try, it's just going to keep getting smoky and smoky and smoky, and that's about it. And that's about it. Like, every bit of wood is wet or rotten. This is the grass I was kind of trying to use, because it's just too wet. It's just too wet, man. That's what I was trying to use last night, and it just wasn't up to it. It's a bit too wet. That's all it is. Just a bit too wet. So that's me signing off. There's no point really to showing you guys anything more. I've had an enjoyable time. I'm disappointed obviously, but I've had an enjoyable time. A nice shelter. Did an overnighter. I was fucking hungry and fucking thirsty and God knows else. But anyway, that's me. If you have liked it at any point, give it a little like below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.